Okay, folks, this is an interesting one. I found came with a whole lot of toys I found on the side of the road. So I've got a lot of cool stuff for free. I've just been doing some foraging because the op shops are closed due to the lockdown we're having regarding COVID-19 or coronavirus, and unfortunately I can't get stuff from op shops anymore because they're closed. They're not considered essential, so they're shut up. And yeah, so that's a problem. So I have to get stuff. So we have to damn well just accept that we can't do things like op shopping anymore. So I found loads of stuff on the side of the road in recent times. So that'll keep my demo work happening more until such time, hopefully, as the lockdown will lift. Hopefully there'll be less infections in the contagious in the community, which is the main goal of the authorities to reduce. Try and get that as close to zero as possible, which is fair enough. Anyway, we've got here a toy motorbike. So we've got a little motorbike. I'm wondering which side will look better. This one's looks like it's got more to it, or has it? Looks funny. This looks interesting. Wondering which side whether it's going to be this side or whether it's going to be that side. Maybe we'll just go with this side. But yeah, it's not looking too good with this lockdown. It doesn't seem to be working. There's just so much. The Delta strain of COVID-19 is just so fast spreading. It's just so fucking hard to control. Doesn't seem to matter what we do. This fucking variant known as, I think I said it, Delta, is just going off the chain. It just won't get under control, and it's really hard. It must be horrible being the person that calls the lockdown, and it must feel like really awful to be the bearer of bad news regarding COVID. It's horrible, folks. But unfortunately, we have to know about it, like it or not. Now that looks interesting, but I don't think it's what we want. That looks really nice, that area there. But basically it's really hard to get Delta under control. Delta is indeed really strong and very, very difficult to control. And it's like she just can't be stopped. It doesn't matter what we do, it doesn't matter what we're told to do and all that. It just won't stop. Delta just continues just to wreak havoc amongst our community, and we're no longer free anymore to enjoy things. Freedom is a thing of the past, folks. It's really become that way because of this Delta variant. And Delta is a bitch. I hate Delta. I hate this fucking COVID. And now we've lost our settings. I really do. I really have no liking for this. No one does. I'm sure no one does. No one likes to have their life restricted by a fucking virus. Actually, I might make that less. Damn, I hate this. So, it's really hard to deal with the lack of freedom we now are experiencing. But if we try to copy other countries in the world, like, around the world where countries have opened up things too early, when there's still tens of thousands of daily infections happening. We can't do that here in Australia. We want to make our country as clean as possible of this disease. But there's one thing I ask people to do if they hear this message, and that is to get vaccinated whatever you can, whenever you're able to. You know, don't play dice with COVID, with Delta, because Delta is a real bitch of a COVID variant, and she's not going to stop at anything to have us fucking die. You know, we have to fucking fight it. We have to keep going have to keep dealing with this lockdown, however much it is a hateful reality that we have to deal with, that we can't just stop. We got to keep going at it. We've got to try and obey the authorities so that we can get back on the recovery faster than what we would otherwise. I'm just getting tested. I just got tested today myself so that I make sure I cover my ass and not to get other people infected if I happen to get it. Now that looks really quite nice. I think this might be the centre of the job. But yeah, I'm trying my best, folks, to do something useful, and that is, in this case, to get tested, because I did have a bit of a sore throat this morning, a little bit of a scratch. It's gone now, but they say if you feel any kind of symptom, you know, get tested. So that's another thing I say. If you feel a scratchiness in your throat, or you feel something, a fever or a cough or a sneeze, you know, get tested. Although some people it might be a little bit difficult, because some people do get sneezes, they do get runny nose, because they've got like hay fever. So that's a tough one. I can't answer that. But basically, yeah, we just have to somehow flow with the rules that have been set in place, even though they don't seem to be working. But it would be a lot worse. We end up in thousands in the number of... Delta is a bitch. She spreads like wildfire. She's like a bushfire that you can't fucking control on a hot day. And that being that way means, yeah, it's a real pain in the ass to deal with Delta, the Delta variant. But I like to call it a she. I like to give it a sex. I have this idea that I like the idea of her being slapped around like a bitch. So she's a bitch. She deserves to be slapped. So, like with being vaccinated. Now I just shifted this one out of position. So, let's see how we go with that. Anyway, that's come up looking interesting. I think now we can call this demo quits.